biggest gripes with modern writing is the overly anecdotal, casual style meant to make hot-button topics personal to the reader. Unfortunately, its effect is an overall erosion of the material being presented, rife with conflation and oversimplification. I spend very little time on individual words when I read, rather letting my eyes skim a page for the important parts of the information and allowing the rest to flutter aimlessly across the page. With this oversimplification and conflation, the writer is able to dial the contrast of a situation to a level of saturation meant to convince the reader of the work's aim. Cognitive bias at its best. Why is this so dangerous? The only absolute in existence is there are no absolutes. While many choose to see only a stark black and white contrast in every situation, we live within a technicolor world shaded by nuance, unseen facts, and contextual morality. What works very well in one situation may not be what is technically the best course of action, may be highly immoral, and may even end up cutting off a given situation at the angles. Previous generations, for example, have dealt with varying degrees of concentration camps and internment for selected groups. Sometimes these groups were selected based on ethnicity, but even more terrifying are the case studies in which private citizens were arrested and tortured for the most capricious of reasons. While these situations do still exist today, an even more terrifying threat to the general public has emerged: use of capitalism to marginalize and disenfranchise private citizens. Many jobs in this country no longer pay a living wage. This leads to other systemic issues which I have detailed further in my work, Twilight of a Superpower. When the average citizen is not able to accumulate savings, purchase property, or have access to adequate and safe health care, the effect is worse than under slavery, sharecropping, and what we have now seen, a resurgence of the company town. Monetary value has been decoupled from labor to the point of money being merely a status symbol and not its intended use of replacing more cumbersome and primitive forms of commerce. Thus, internment camps have been replaced by blind negligence on the part of the free market. Any crisis in a private citizen's life puts them in immediate danger of losing health care and housing. Some individuals are even able to hold down 2 or 3 jobs and still not obtain permanent housing. This threat is compounded in cases more prevalent coming out of the 2020 pandemic of mental health crisis. Without the ability to properly care for oneself and a lack of appropriate resources upon which to rely, many American citizens are falling into homelessness. This condition is extremely difficult to remedy as one's daily existence becomes very taxing to maintain. Compounded by a mental health crisis, many remain on the streets for years, even lifetimes. Obtaining and retaining employment have also become increasingly difficult under the current ideologically controlled free market. Jobs which are absolutely required in order to maintain infrastructure and a basic quality of life for all members of society are being framed as low skill in order to control the amount one can get paid for that job. Many high-paying careers, often in healthcare, have become so demanding upon the time and energy of the workers that they are unable to maintain a healthy lifestyle for themselves outside of their workplace. Is that really the person you want taking care of your health? someone who does not have time to care for themselves properly. Go to any clinic right now and see how many people wearing scrubs are sleeping in their cars. Other ideological wars are being waged as a distraction from this main template. Many of the topics being pushed in this way, however, boil down to the main theme of personal liberty, which is heavily promoted in the founding documents of this country, but which has been overtaken by corporate interest so as to supersede the legislative power of government to protect our freedoms of expression. Release yourself from these distractions and observe how things are truly operating. Only then can we be truly free. Thank you so much.